When social media came into the trend, believers called it the Antichrist.
Yes. Do you in any way say that the church, one way or the other, has failed the congregation or this generation in a way?
Okay. We are heading towards two different destinations, but one thing has put us all on the same page: the media. Platforms are different.
Okay.
This is not a platform that promotes secularism.
No.
Young people out there are talented. The reason why they are doing other things is that other people are giving them the platforms we are not giving them.
Hello, Reverend Solomon. You are welcome to Tomorrow Today podcast.
Thank you so much. God bless you for having me as well.
Reverend Solo, I don't know how to start the whole thing. I don't know how to start the whole conversation, but I am happy that you are here. And I don't know about you, your first impression, first time in the studios, and first time having this with me. I don't know about how you feel.
It's great, and I am thankful to God for your life. This is the season and time where we need things like these. The enemy has a way of flooding the market with content, and Christians must get to the point where we are not catching up with the world. Rather, we should be the pace setters. You know, there's this thing about social media. When social media came into the trend, believers called it the Antichrist.
Yes.
Then the world took the center stage. Then we were rather like the school child trying to catch up with the bus.
Yes.
Only to realize the bus had taken off. And for so long a time, the church has always been trying to follow up and catch up with the world. But the church must get to the point where we are the pace setters and the world must rather follow after us. And I believe what we are doing is one of the things that will set the center stage for the church to take the lead. So,
with this said, would you in any way say that the church, one way or the other, has failed the congregation or this generation in a way?
To say we have failed would be a conclusion of the matter.
Okay.
I believe that we can do better than what we are doing. We are trying our possible best, but it looks as if the pace at which the world train is moving is fast. There's one thing I believe in: for those who ride on the wings of the Spirit, we can move at a faster pace than what the world is going.
To overtake.
So if we can draw our power and grace and resources and inspiration from the Spirit of God, giving ourselves time and to God Himself, I believe God can position us in a place where we will not only overtake, but move at the pace where the world can catch up.
And so with this said, beloved, we've not even started the conversation, but I can tell you we are already diving into the ocean. With this said, what are some of the things in your own assessment the church can do to catch up with the world?
Okay.
Aside what we are doing now.
Okay. So first and foremost, we need to understand that we are two different groups of people.
Okay.
The world is a different group of people. The church are a different group of people.
Okay.
We are heading towards two different destinations.
Okay.
But one thing has put us all on the same page: the media.
Okay.
The media is a place where we all seem to engage in, though we are going to diverse places.
Okay.
So although we are all connected by the same media, we need to understand that our destinations are different. The church, number one, needs to raise people who are media conscious to understand that although we are on the same stage, on the same, in quote, media, platforms are different.
Okay.
This is not a platform that promotes secularism.
No.
So number two, the church must not just teach us the difference between the two, but the church must also empower more sessions like these.
Okay.
We must give young people the platform to speak, not only whatever they can say, but what God has placed in them. It is something that the church must not silence. Young people out there are talented. The reason why they are doing other things is that other people are giving them the platforms we are not giving them. And I believe with God-given talent, a little training, the church must release its people. I will sum it up in these three words.
Okay.
1, identify. 2, train. 3, release. This is the mandate that Christ left us with. Christ came into this world. He identified potentials, 12 disciples. He took them with himself. 3.5 years, walked with them, trained them. And before he left, he released them. He said, go ye therefore into the world. This is what the church must learn to do. identify talents, train them, release them into the world.
This is a good idea that you are raising. However, if you look at the old, I'm putting the old here in the sense that we have our fathers, our leaders. Do you in any way think that sometimes they feel threatened after they have identified the youth or the people with the capacity to push the gospel and even training them? In any way, do you think they feel threatened, especially when it gets to the releasing of these identified talents?
So releasing is always one of the biggest fears. Everybody wants to hold on to their greatest or most cherished potential.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, people are sometimes much more needed out there than with us.
Okay.
I'm not saying they are not needed with us. They are.
Okay.
But sometimes, let's talk about Paul and John Mark issue. So Paul, Barnabas, John Mark are on a missionary journey. Something happens, John Mark lags behind. Paul says, I am not going with John Mark again. So John Mark sets off. Later, Paul says, bring him
Back
to me. Now, who has John Mark? He could have kept John Mark. Barnabas said, no, let's release him. He releases him. John Mark now comes back to Paul. And Paul says, he is now of help to me. So see, that is the thing. When we train people, there's a tendency for us to hold on to them. But by releasing them, we are doing much more impact. Once again, I believe in one thing. What is the Lord saying?
Okay.
If the Lord is asking you to release, release.
Okay. So what then are we going to say to the youth, the upcoming?
Yeah.
Since you're talking about what is the Lord saying, one thing that I have realized is that the youth, when it comes to patience, there is a question mark.
Yeah.
And so when our gifts are identified, we've gone through training. In our minds, it is time for us to be released, to go into the world. We need to, sometimes not even into the world, give us the platform, allow us to function. What can you say to help the comprehension of the youth to know that there is time for everything? You need to be patient.
Yeah.
And you need to know when God wants you to move. How are we going to convince the youth?
So there are two sides of the coin. I've said one aspect where the church must identify, train, and release. The other side of the coin is the one who is to be prepared and released.
Okay.
There are times and seasons. Let's use David as an example.
Okay.
So David is a young man that God prepared in an amazing way. For all his brothers, as the youngest then, he would do most of the work. It was his duty to do. Till the day he is appointed king, he's anointed as king. Now, God finds a wonderful way of bringing David from his father's house into the service of the king. David did not orchestrate it. How can an anointed king still be living with his father? A man whom God has anointed king.
Not just living with the father, going into the bush.
So that is the problem. When you identify yourself as or by the gift God has given you, you can tell, I am a great man. I have great potential. Then you ask yourself the biggest question, what am I doing here? Because your environment does not look like greatness. I don't think the wilderness looked like greatness. Sheep never looked like greatness. But one thing that always has to be at the back of our minds is that God can use the strangest of ways to prepare us. I like this thing about God. He creates the problem, brings the solution, puts you there. The scripture said, and an evil spirit from the Lord torments Saul. They will know that God is at work. The similar thing is with Saul. How does God get Saul from where he is to where he wants him to be? His father's donkeys are missing. They send him and the servants to go. We can trace scriptures and find this. So instead of questioning, what am I doing here? Only pray, God, let your will be done. Don't say, I'm too big to be here and I feel like I'm underutilized here and I can do more than this. This is all part of your training. Undergo training. When the time is right, You don't push buttons. No. You don't manipulate. You don't coerce. God has a way of shifting you to where you have to be. So to every young person who is watching, stay where you are. You feel anointed. You feel God is moving you. But there is a time and a season. There is a season for your preparation and there's a season for your release. And until that time has come, don't expose yourself prematurely.
This is so wonderful. And it reminds me of some years back what the Lord used you for. You know, we are talking about getting a platform, using some kind of event to capture the youth so that we can prepare them for the task ahead. I remember some years ago, and through you, God brought something we call the redeemed youth. What was the burden then?
Okay. So if I recollect very well, I had just relocated to Accra about a year or two. And I was still doing what I call a soul search.
Okay.
I came to Accra a bit disappointed because one of my ambitions for ministry was not met.
Okay.
So I came to Accra. I found a wonderful father, my spiritual father, Reverend Dr. Blessing Mensah. I was really enjoying service under this man's wings. But there was this burden in my heart that I couldn't explain. So I took to prayer. That's how it all began. I took to prayer. One day, during my time of prayer and fasting, I vividly heard redeemed youth. And that's how it started. And when I captured that name, the burden just seemed to have settled in my spirit. I knew something great was coming. God was up to something, and I just couldn't wait to see what God was going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so when the dream, or let me say the goal was planted in your heart, how did you take it, and what did you do? In other words, planting it, watering it, caring for it to grow.
Okay. I will tell you a story I have not told for 10 years today.
Tell us. We are listening.
So, sad story though. So, I had this diary. It was the year 2015. For everything the Lord told me, I wrote down in a diary, a red diary. I will never forget that diary. Wrote it down where the redeemed youth was to start from, what the redeemed youth was to do, where we were supposed to reach. One beautiful afternoon, I carried this diary in my bag with a laptop and some church flyers. Somewhere around Kanishi, I met this man who said he has to unpack things into his car, so I should help him. While I was helping this man pack, he said, "Oh, the back is full. Can you kindly place this last item in the boot?" My hands are full. I drop the bag in the car. By the time I close the boot, this man, who happens to be a confidence trickster, drives away with my laptop, my book, and my things. That day was like, God, that was the only manuscript I had containing everything, the roadmap for the redeemed youth. I sat that day just looking at the car going. And the only thing that hurt me the most was that borrowed laptop was gone. It wasn't mine. The church flyers were gone. And the book that contains every vision, dreams I had, I watched it fly away.
No. This is a malicious act of the driver. I think he had already planned.
It was intentional.
Yes, he had planned what to do.
People told me that place was a hot zone for such activities. I was new in Accra. I did not know. A young boy carrying a great vision.
Sorry.
So it's as if I had to come back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
but I always keep saying, when one door closes,
another door,
God opens many others. I had to come back to planning again. So 2015 had to pass. 2016, I started praying. The Lord identified key people in my life.
Okay.
I spoke to them about the redeemed youth. So for 1 year, I had an incubation period.
Okay.
It was prayer. It was talking to people, prayer, talking to people. And interestingly, the people I spoke to just said, yes, we'll be part of this team.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll be part of this team. Yes, we're part of this team. And that's what I did for 1 year till the main step out of there.
Wow, this is so beautiful. I can relate because, when God places something in your heart as a dream, you don't just rush into execution. You need to pray, get the insight, direction, and what to do. What I'm doing today, same.
Wow.
It's been there for a longer time. I would say maybe 3 years. Praying about it, thinking about it, putting things together. And just as you said, God has wonderful ways in doing things. And when the time was right for me to get the tools to start this, He made a way. Wow. And so I would say to the young ones there, anytime God places something in your heart or in your heart to do, don't just start. Go before Him. Ask Him, how should I go about it? And when you do that, He gives you the perfect way. And that even gives you that confidence, and you are able, you're able to stand regardless of the wave that will come along the line, because you've prayed and you know the direction God is taking you. I want to ask, your first meeting, how did it go?
Okay.
How was the attendance? How did the people receive the whole initiation and everything? How did it go, your first meeting?
Our first meeting came as a surprise to me.
Okay.
Because I was still Brother Solo then. I had not even been to the Bible school. I was still Brother Solo. I remember going to tell my senior pastor that, Papa, the Lord has laid something on my heart. I want to gather youth together. He said, go ahead. So that was the first confirmation that resonated with me that this thing has come to stay. So it was the 1st of July 2016. It was a holiday. 1st July was a holiday. So we started all the noise. And if I should tell you this, it took us 3 weeks to prepare for my first conference.
3 weeks?
3 weeks. We were looking for a date to start this conference, and we anticipated the month of August.
Okay.
We used to have a church all leaders meeting on the 1st of July. For whatever reason, 3 weeks to the program was cancelled. Then we said, well, it's a holiday. Let's start up. Everyone was like, 3 weeks is too small. We said, Charlie, let's hit the ground. 3 weeks was all the time we had. All the noise. D-Day came. And I can tell you we recorded, if not 100 plus people.
The maiden one, 100 plus.
3 weeks. I'll try to find a flyer. Some colo flyer I designed them. My goodness, if you see it.
Oh my God.
It was under the theme Discovering Yourself also. Yeah.
Discovering Yourself.
3 weeks. And that was it. The attendance amazed me. I sat down, I saw people come in. Wow. That were not the numbers I actually expected.
Yeah, you're not anticipating.
But God did an amazing thing, and He has done it every single time.
Wow. I believe that He did wonderful things with the maiden one. 3 weeks in preparation. Definitely there might be some challenges. I don't know whether you care to talk about some of the challenges. Okay. For 3 weeks, challenges will surely emerge.
So our first challenge is the almighty challenge of resources. This is my first program.
Yeah.
I have nothing. So I talked to my senior pastor. We want to use the church. He said, go ahead again. So once again, I want to tell my father, Reverend Dr. Blessing, he said, Papa, God bless you so much.
Yeah.
So he gives us the venue. So venue is crossed out from the list.
No, before you continue, do you remember today is his birthday?
Today is his birthday, yeah. And a special shout out to my dad.
Yeah.
So the second item has to do with refreshment. We said, Charlie, let's cancel refreshment from this. I mean, it's not going to work. So it was myself and two other people who were speaking that day. Said, Charlie, we can't bring anybody. Nothing for honorarium, Charlie. Let's do raw. Let's go. Then the sponsorships start coming in. Within 3 weeks, people we approached willingly. There is this man I never approached. He just walked to me and said, I heard this program coming. Just take something for water.
Wow.
So I sat down at the D-Day of the conference after I had spoken. Second speaker is speaking, and they had already served us water. I knew it was all about water. I'm just there And I realized, there's some drinks going around. Someone is serving. I'm like, Charlie, where from these drinks? And then some pie. Charlie, where from? Only to be told that
Jesus
someone
attended the
actually,
program.
thank you, Jesus attended the program and he was supplying us with drinks and pie. One of our executive members showed up that day and said, Charlie, I'll give you money for drinks anyway.
Wow.
It came as a surprise. I'm there. I don't know what's happening. People were consulting behind my back and just supplying things through the program. And that is what I believe we call the providence of God.
Yeah.
God has a way. And like you rightly said, when you are in his time and you are in his purpose, God has a way of meeting it. Let me use the words of our former general superintendent.
Okay.
He said, if it's God's will, it is God's bill. If it's his will, it is his bill. Reverend Dr. Frimpong Manson. If it's God's will, it's God's bill. If it is will, he will make a provision and he'll take care of it.
Wow. If I'm so like the quotes is deep. If it is God's will, then it is his bill.
It is his bill. He'll pay for it.
You don't need to think about it how.
Don't worry.
Just
he
believe.
will make a way. Yeah.
Just believe. And I think there's one significant thing that you mentioned that I want to iterate. The church played a role, a serious role. Because when you sold the dream to Reverend Blessing Mensah, imagine if the response was in the negative. And when you went again, you requested for the auditorium. And he again said, yes, you can go ahead. I think these are the things that the church needs to do.
And sorry to interject. And at the D-Day, I'm speaking and there he comes. He was right there at the maiden event. He showed up.
Your senior your pastor.
Up. Yes.
Your pastor came. That time, as you said, you were Brother Solo.
Brother Solo.
And he came for the program.
If something ever gave me great encouragement that day, it was the fact that my father and senior pastor showed up that day for the program. I knew, this one is a busy man. Holidays are the least days he can take to rest. He showed up, he sat through the program till the end. I'll be dropping the photo. And he took the group photo as well. Our associate pastor then was also there. Reverend Bitrus Asumeni was also there at the maiden program. It was a great encouragement for me because, Brother Solo, what do I have to say? What do I have to share? But these are fathers who are present in your life, who will give you the platform, sit back and watch you so they can straighten your life, encourage you where you need encouragement, straighten out where you need training. And today, when they release us into the world, they know
you're going to
that
do
they
the
have
right thing.
mentored and prepared us.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. I am just thinking through. We are thankful to God that we have such fathers in our lives. And Reverend Anthony Ampar-William, shout outs to you.
Yeah,
wherever you are.
Papa. Yeah,
Reverend Kotompo. He's doing a marvelous
These are wonderful
thing.
people.
And the point is that he doesn't care whether it's your first time. What he will say is that prepare, and I know you will do it.
Yeah.
And he will put you out there, support you, and you will do it. The question is that what is it that you're going to preach that they've not heard before?
Yeah.
Look at the number of years that they have lived in this ministry. Yeah. What is it that you're going to say they've not heard before? But they will come down, put their seats down, come and sit among the congregation, listen to whatever God is speaking through you. Wait till the end of the program and take a picture with you. Icing on the cake. Take a picture with you. That is so beautiful. Yeah. That is so beautiful. I want to say this. I want to ask you this. For 10 years, it has been a tough journey. How have you been able to sustain this momentum? 10 years.
Yeah. So, it has not been easy. For every single year, there has been an attack after every conference. Yeah, I say this. And we'll finish the conference, and sometimes it's either a health challenge, something just comes out of nowhere. Until one day, I'm taken into the scriptures, and this thing caught my attention. This is Jesus. And I've realized that sometimes our lowliest moments are the moments after I will call our greatest achievements. We should be very careful when we think we've done great. There is the tendency of going to rest after you have done the greatest things, but not with Jesus. Who would go and pray all night after feeding people? A miracle like this.
Yes.
After such great miracle, this man goes back to the place of prayer. So I learned that day that after every single conference, I need to get back to the place of prayer. The first challenge I've had for these 10 years are the constant attacks that has come. I remember after the 5th or 6th year, one of the things I had to deal with in a conference was one of the challenges I was personally confronted with. So I've realized that in this work, it is grace that sustains us. But most importantly, we have to be people of prayer. So the attacks have been one of my greatest challenges. And I'll be honest with you, it has not been easy. It has not stopped. It's still going on. But we constantly pray to God for grace and strength to carry us through. For 10 years, our second challenge has been the youth. The youth. I started Redeem Youth with a perception that after 5 years, I changed. I took a course online and I got to realize that we work with youth better when we stop thinking they are the challenge. So I said my second challenge was the youth. That was how I started that. I figured out, Charlie, these people, they are the problem. Oh. We have to help them. Oh. They are the problem. Oh. Halfway through, on the 5th year after I took this course online, I realized that the youth are not the problem. No. They are not the challenge. No. Something else is the problem. And that is what is engaging them. The real challenge here is what is to be done, not them. Then from 5 years downwards, I've come to realize that the youth are the resource, not the challenge. And I can tell you from the 5th year till now, the phase of our conferences have changed. So that then was a challenge for me, my mindset. I thought they are the problem. We have to help them. Yes, youths have problems, but they are not the problem. They have challenges, but they are not the challenge. And when I realized that they are our greatest resource, my life has changed. Redeemed Youth has changed. My programs have changed. They are the resource because I realized that when they take the center stage of their lives, they are able to meet their needs through the help of God. They are able to propose solutions to their problems by the help of God. So this is something I would say to all youth pastors, all youth leaders. When you work with youth, please don't think they are the problem. Don't think they are the challenge. Whenever you counsel youth, you'll be amazed for you to realize that when they bring problems, they have the solutions. It is your duty to coach them through.
Guide them through.
When you tell them what to do, they think you are imposing on them. But when you guide them to the solution and they realize that I am a part of this solution, it sticks with them. So in the 5th year, that course really helped me. Interestingly, it was a free course I took online.
Free course.
Youth Challenge.
Wow.
So it helped me deal with that thing of my mind.
The perception you had about them. The
perception I had. And when that perception changed, I have been a different person. So I can say working with Redeemed Youth has changed me. Anytime I'm supposed to write a number, I write number 01 on all my customers Redeemed Youth JCs. I write number 01 because I believe I am the first person to change. If I don't change, no one can change. If I don't have a change of mindset, I can't help others to change. And I believe the more I change, the more people can change. The more I become better,
then
redeemed youth can
followers
become
also
better.
can become better.
Others can also become better.
I am so pleased with the evolution, like how things have evolved. Starting the whole program, you thought that the youth was a problem.
Yeah.
Along the line, things evolved, and you realized that they were not the problem. Along the line, you got to know that they are rather even the resource.
They are the resource we need
that you can use, and that is a wonderful evolution that happened in that paradigm shift, and I love it. I love it in that aspect, that we don't just start things and remain. We start and we grow. And per what you've said, you've gone through the process and you've grown. And you've grown, and I'm so pleased. If you are still watching us, what I would say is that don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Today, as usual, we will always bring you something that will transform your life. And so please, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share with other people. What I want to ask him, he has already mentioned them, but I want him to repeat it to all of us. How has it transformed your life?
Okay.
This journey, 10 years, how has it transformed your life?
Okay. Number one, my prayer life has changed. Like I said, the attacks taught me to go to the place of prayer because that was the only way I could find grace. So the book of Hebrews tells us to approach the throne of grace. That is where we'll find mercy in times of need. So my prayer life has changed because the Redeemed Youth has taught me to pray. Pray before the program, pray into the program, pray after the program. The second thing, like I said, my mindset has changed. Now, when I see a young person, I see a vessel God is willing to use. There's one thing I say at our youth church. I tell people that the two people who can bring out the best in you or shock you the most or make you do things you never knew you can do are God and the devil. When the Spirit of God takes hold of a person, he uses you amazingly. When demons take over your life, they use you amazingly. So that is it. When I see a young person, I see a vessel that God can use, a vessel that the enemy can use. That is why I say they are the resource. Third and finally, how has Redeemed Youth changed me? Or this journey? I've become more appreciative about life, about how things change, how God can turn little things into great things. Looking back 10 years, I don't think I imagined being here. I'm not saying I didn't believe God was going to do great things, but no. This is me. I know how it all began. And looking back 10 years, God is good. God has been good. God is good. How God has taken care of the bill for 10 years, only God can answer that question. I have become more appreciative. I now worry less when it comes to Redeemed Youth. I worry less because I know that God will definitely make a way. So for 10 years, if something has changed about me, prayer life, my mindset, and then finally, I've become very appreciative. God is able to do great things out of the tiniest things. If 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish could feed the multitude. I came to tell someone you are never too insignificant or insufficient. I started out, no. Like I said, I've not been to the Bible school.
You are
How do I preach?
Solo.
I'm Brother Solo. But what God can do, if only you can just humble yourself. Once again, heed to what the fathers help you with. Because my father has played a great role in my life. They coach you, take you to I can get back. Papa, how did it go? Tell you Solo, A, B, and C. Keep it up. So it's been a good journey. But for me, it's a journey of lessons. And like I said, I have changed for the better.
We thank God for the transformation. I have been to, I think, 2 or 3 of the programs. And I never left there empty. Yes, I never left
We thank
empty.
God.
So I am a testimony to what you are saying, and I thank God that you have come this far. What I want to ask is that from first year to the 10th year, what is the future to you, and how are you seeing the future?
Okay. All right. So let me do this before I answer your question. When I started the Redeemed Youth, the vision was not as clear as it is now.
Okay.
10 years ago, we looked at get to youth. But the more time I spent with God and in prayer, gave birth to the threefold vision, what I call the 2 R's.
The 2
R's. Rich, revive, empower. This is what the future holds for the Redeemed Youth. Number 1, rich. When Jesus Christ said, "Go ye into the world and preach the gospel," he was not only referring to old people. Our population census will tell us that the youth are the greatest in this country.
Yes.
We are the greatest working force. We are the greatest reason why betting companies are mounting up there. So you see, everybody is after the youth. So the first agenda on our 2 R's is to reach. This is what the future holds. The Redeemed Youth is no longer waiting for young people to come to us.
No.
Jesus never said, "Come ye therefore." He said, "Go ye therefore." So Redeemed Youth is now taking the message to the young people. And what we say is that we are going wherever young people are found. We are going to hit them in the streets. We are going to hit them in the schools, right from the JHS. Wherever young people are found, the Redeemed Youth will find an ambassador there. I cannot be everywhere. That's why I said youth are the greatest resource.
Yes.
Wherever a young person is, the gospel can be there.
Yes.
It's about youth, reaching youth. Then we have the revive mandate. The revive mandate is about keeping the spiritual fervor.
Yes.
It's not just about accepting Jesus, but it's about holding on and growing in the faith. So under the revive mandate, the Redeemed Youth stands to help people to keep their spiritual fire in the Word of God, in prayer. So the revive agenda will be met by our annual conferences that seem to make room for prayer, for the Spirit of God, for the revival of giftings. This is to raise more ambassadors for Christ in the world so that we can partner with the young people to transform the world for Christ. And then thirdly, the empower mandate. Young people have skills. They have gifts. And Redeemed Youth also seeks to train young people on the job, on the hands, so that not only do they preach Christ, but they can also earn a living. Apostle Paul was a preacher and a tent maker. You don't just speak Christ, you should have something doing with your hands.
Yes.
So Redeemed Youth does not just believe in spiritual development, but also in career development. So this is what the future holds. We are putting up together career-based programs, on the job-based programs, wherever opportunity we have to put young people, we are going to put young people to be trained, young people who can also have something doing with their hands as well.
This is insightful and it's so powerful. And you can see that it is futuristic. It is something that is seen in the future. The truth is that if the church keeps on becoming silent about the things that are going on without intervening as Redeemed Youth seeks to do, a time will come the church will lose its relevance, its power, and even position, and even the voice. But with what we have said, if we reach out, we take them through things that will change their perception, their thinking, and build them spiritually, and we empower them wherever they find themselves. They become the agents of revival. And when that keeps on going for, let's say, 20 years, 30 years, a time will come, something that started smaller will become a greater machine, let me put it that way, covering a lot of space. And that will be the impact that we are looking for. Because gradually, if you go to the social media and you're looking at other things, you realize that things are going on.
Yeah,
and
a
if
whole lot.
we do not wake up as a church with these interventions, we will lose our position. And I pray that God will give you the resources
Amen.
and the grace to carry on this vision.
Amen.
Because this is a great thing to do, to reach out, bring about revival, and empower these people to function as God's children. And that is great. That is really, really great. I don't know whether in your course of dealings, you have in mind any legacy that you want to leave behind. Any legacy that you, because you are journeying through this life. I'm sure there is something behind the scenes in your mind. What is that legacy that you want to leave behind?
Okay. A week ago, I sat with a young man in my office. And I took leave of him to use the washroom. When I entered the washroom and I shut the door, the Spirit of God said to me, do you know that one day you will leave this earth? I preached this message just this Sunday, inspired by this. I said, do you know one day you leave this earth? And it struck me. I just stood in the washroom, quiet. It's as if my whole life just passed before my eyes.
Yeah.
And I was asking myself, what impact have I made? We live for impact. That is why God brought us into this world. For everything we are, for everything we have, for whatever we will become, it's about impact. If there's ever a legacy I want to leave behind, I want to be remembered as the man who feared God.
Feared God. In fact, when you you started with what you were saying, quickly something just rang in my ears. I had a conversation with Pastor Larry Wood, and he made a constructive statement. He said that we don't live for ourselves.
Yeah.
And exactly what you are saying, we don't live for ourselves. It's the impact. And so even when you are writing down your dreams, what you think about is that how is it going to impact the people, the lives of people, the next generation, generations to come.
Yeah.
And you've said it right. You want to be remembered for this legacy. And I think it is something that we all need to aspire for. And we can't just live, pass through and go and be forgotten. There is something that people need to remember us for. And that is good. That is good.